It's Cronkite News Friday edition, spring training style,
where the Cactus League takes center stage around the valley.
Welcome to the show. I'm Austin Scott.
And I'm Sammy Miller. We're going to kick things off with a tour of some of the spring training facilities. There are 10 sprinkled around the valley, home to 15 different Cactus League teams.
Right now we're at Peoria Sports Complex, home of the San Diego Padres and Seattle Mariners.
This is Tempe Diablo Stadium, the oldest ballpark in the Cactus League, and with just over 9,000 seats, it's also the smallest. It's the home of the Los Angeles Angels, and it's just off the I-10 in Tempe. Spring training is a great way to see your favorite players up close because there is rarely a bad seat in the house, and some are downright relaxing. And you don't have to worry about extra innings since these games don't count and often end in a tie. Fans love coming to spring training to escape the winter weather back home and usually come here to the valley and enjoy the gorgeous warm weather. But today it's a little rainy here at Sloan, but it just shows you that the weather here in the valley could be a little unpredictable. For more on the average sunscreen factor, I'll send it over to Peyton Major, who has more in the Cronkite Weather Center. No matter what team you root for, local baseball fans can always find a player or two who grew up in Arizona. Zach Woodard has more on the Chicago Cubs outfielder who grew up in Chandler but sharpened his skills at Basha High School. Sloan Park is the newest stadium in the Cactus League, built by the Cubs in 2014. It's a new style ballpark with an open concourse and a spacious outfield lawn, but it is one of the most priciest tickets in the league because the Cubs like to fill this entire stadium. I am joined alongside the executive director of the Cactus League, Bridget Binsbacher. Thank you so much for sitting down and joining me today.
You bet. Thanks for having us.
So the Cactus League, it's known nationwide. Everyone knows and loves the history behind it, and there's 10 different stadiums with 15 teams, but how did it all begin?
Well, it began many years ago, 1947. The Cactus League organization was formed, and it was with two teams, the then Cleveland Indians, now known as the Cleveland Guardians, and the New York Giants, now known as the San Francisco Giants.
Like you said, it started so long ago, 1947.
Yes.
It's crazy to even think about what life was like in 1947. But where have you seen the biggest forms of growth and development in the league?
You know, just really our facilities. And there was a time in the late 90s, mid-late 90s, where the industry was really, Cactus League was in jeopardy. We had lost some teams and our facilities were not, you know, they weren't up to the standards of the league and the teams. And so there was an effort by our then governor to put together a task force, which was, you know, basically the birth of Prop 302 and a funding stream to build new facilities, renovate facilities. And so that is when the league really changed. And now it's become an industry all its own. But it's amazing to see you still have the intimate feel at these facilities. You can get up close and personal to your favorite teams and players and experience them like you can't during the regular season. That's probably what's so amazing.
And in your eyes, what makes the Cactus League so special? What separates it from any other league?
You know, again, only happens two places in the country, and of course, you know, Arizona, it's all about Arizona for me and for the Cactus League. We do it better than anyone because of, I think, the proximity of our facilities. So, you know, you can get from one end of our league to the other, from Surprise to Mesa, you know, in an hour. And so not only is that manageable for our teams and, you know, doesn't create a lot of time demands for them, and they can focus on player development, which is why they're here.
Thank you so much for taking the time, spending it with me today. Wish you the best of luck for the rest of spring training.
Thank you. A lot to be excited about this year.
Thanks for taking a trip with us around the bases as we explore spring training in the Valley.
And as most fans will tell you, it's a home run for them every single year, and the best way to get ready for baseball's national holiday, opening day. We'll see you next time.